Yeah. um, I don't know. It's it, getting ready for a game. You think it's you only have so many of these, right? And you think that, like, I can't wait for the game to start. It's game day. I can't wait to go to shoot around, warm up. And for some reason, I think it's, I don't know, maybe it's the last 2 years have been kind of, but games kind of start funny anymore. It's just like slog. And then, everybody gets into it a little bit and starts to look more, more like a basketball game. But, and then after it does that, and they've done that long enough, they get bored with that. And then they go back to, you know, throwing the ball to whoever's available. Our team, their team, doesn't matter. Step in, any line, step on any line. Doesn't matter what line. So it's just when we're good, it's kind of like a further, it's validation that when we're good, we're, really, really good. We can be explosive in transition. We can be really good defensively. We can be good in the half court. And now it's just trying to get 40 minutes out of it. I know it's hard, like when you get a big lead, but just trying to build good habits.
Is there a particular reason why you went with the same starting lineup? I think it's been 4 games now. With Liv coming off the bench and Caroline coming off the bench. Do you anticipate tinkering with that at all, or do you want to try and get that chemistry down?
Well, I thought we had, with Liv and Caroline out, I thought we started to get into a pretty good groove. We started to find a really good rhythm, and I felt, why not just hold on to it for as long as we can. If it ever changes, then I'll change. But for now, somebody's got to start and somebody doesn't. I don't think it's going to matter. If we were to get Paige back at some point this year, somebody else is going to the bench, or somebody's going to be affected. So I think you just have to kind of roll with it, and wherever you are, that's where you are, and doesn't mean it's forever. It's just that's what it is right now.
Good to be able to get a lot of people playing minutes, 7 with 20 or more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The the beauty of having a lot of players available is you want to use them, and you want them to be productive in the minutes that they get, and be efficient in the minutes that they get. So, you make a conscious effort to spread the minutes around. I'm always checking with CD about minutes. Who's at what and who needs more, who needs less. And then if somebody's got something going, you just go with them. But at least you have an option to do that. You're not limited, in any way.
Geno, what did you think of Caroline and Olivia's progress from game 1 back to game 2? I think Caroline was 13 to 20, went for 22 minutes today, and Olivia went 15 to 21 minutes.
Yeah.
Is it just a matter of them getting used to playing them?
Yeah, when you're not, it's not that you missed. People say you missed 3 games or you missed 4 games, whatever the case may be. If it was just that, it'd be easy. But you also missed all that time of practice too. So that's that's not an easy thing to just jump in from and pick up where you left off. So we try to start at a baseline with some minutes, and then if everything goes well, just keep adding to them, as we move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How like that really progressed over the course of the season.
I think we got an attack of conscience with the 21 steals. That's why we gave it back to them 21 times. So I think we felt bad about having that many extra possessions. So yeah, it was great that we stole it 21 times. It wasn't so great that we returned it back to them. So I like the 21 steals. I don't like the 21 turnovers. But that's what gets your offense going, though. Steals. And then, then you get a big lead. Then you don't want to run up the score. So you're not playing transition basketball anymore. You're walking it up. You're playing against the half court. You're playing against their zone. You got subs in. You got people here, there, everywhere, and the ball's going wherever. So, we said we were going to play like this all year. This was the intent when the season started, that we were going to play like what you saw, today. That was the plan, starting in October. And then plans went awry. And maybe we can still get some semblance of it, because when it's clicking, it's pretty good. Gets us a lot of good stuff.
The 13 minutes for Dorka, just, giving her a chance to rest a little bit,
Yeah.
or trying to give Liv more minutes.
Yeah, a little bit of combination of both. It's part of it is just precautionary sometimes too. Like, it's been a long season, and some of these guys have been banged up a little bit. So let's just keep an eye on them, and So I don't. The minutes are minutes. I mean, I think Lavina's been good, and she's gotten a lot. Kristen's been good. She's gotten a lot of minutes. So everybody else has had something. So, and we got 3 more games this week.
Geno, is there an update on Paige's status? Do you have
No. I mentioned yesterday. There's some like really good days, where she feels like I could play tomorrow, and then there's days where she's reminded, and no, you can't. So there's more good days than not, but she's not going to be playing in this coming week. Let's put it that way. You're not going to see her Wednesday, Friday, or Sunday. What's the Big East tournament look like? I don't know. We'll see. I said this before, when you're coming off an injury, the only person that knows when it's time is the athlete themselves, and that you have to get to a point where you trust it and you feel confident in it, and that's probably the last thing to come. The athletic trainers can do their job, the doctors can do their job, the strength coach can do their job, and everybody says, okay, we're right there. And the kid has to feel like, yeah, I'm right there.
We're playing fourth quarter. Nika could have had a layup. She decided to wait and get the ball from Auriemma, and Auriemma scored a basket. The bench was crazy and all the other stuff. What's your feeling when you see a play like that about the kid who makes it and the reaction that comes with it?
Yeah, I've never understood not getting touches for kids who don't play a lot. And you'd be surprised how many times you put somebody in a game and, the other team's got their subs in, you got your subs in, and you still have a couple starters in. And those guys can't wait to take even more shots after they've already played 30 minutes. Drives me crazy. I want to just, have one of those vaudeville hooks, and yank them out of there, I think Nika's very self-conscious of getting the ball to people. It makes her feel good. So, one of the things that Nika always said when we were recruiting her was, when you score, you're happy, and when you get an assist, 2 people are happy. you and the guy you gave it to. And she lives that every day. She lives for that. So I'm not surprised she did it. I knew she was going to give it to one of those two guys. There was two guys there. I'm glad she picked Amari. I'm glad Amari made the layup. That would have been tragic if she didn't.
Caroline was playing so well before she got hurt. Do you see things in practice that let you know what, she's going to be just fine?
Yeah.
Solid performance today.
Yeah, she's going to be. The whole object is, you want to keep building on the things that you've done well, and there's things that we run for Caroline that are the same as before she sat out, and there's things that she's done defensively that are the same as before she sat out. So there's no difference. There's no difference. Her face is always the same. So somebody could say, hey, she's concussed. And you go, how do you know? And then you look at her the next day, hey, she feels great. How do you know? So she just goes out and plays. Never, she does. Caroline, we're not going under screens. So she did it against Xavier, and I lost it. So she did it again today. So she's, acclimating herself already to college. What fun is it if we don't piss him off on a regular basis? So yeah. When? With Mika? Oh yeah, that's common. No, yeah, no. I used to make demands, and I used to give ultimatums. My word was the judge hitting. Now I just make suggestions. Hey, let's trap the ball screen. Hey, let's pick up full court. Then you look out there and you go, I guess that was a good suggestion. Next time, it's unlike anything I've ever seen. I'm smiling though, right?
Anything else?
You leave Kristen out there for 32 minutes just because you feel her in a good groove right now, or somebody's got to play some.
She's healthy. It's like, the guy in Florida, he's the only one that can drive at night, so he becomes everybody's favorite, She's been the designated driver. Whenever we need to rest somebody, all right, put Kristen in. Hey, somebody needs a breather, put Kristen in. So she gets the most minutes. And, Nika's had her issues, and, Caroline's had her issues, and Azzy's had her issues. And so you got all these things going on out there, and you go, well, Kristen hasn't had any. Throw her out there. And so far it's worked out. Plus she's a senior, I always try to figure if there's extra minutes to be had, give it to the seniors. That they don't have many more games left at UConn.
She's making the most.
She sure is. She's making the most of them. And, she's been pretty consistent now. Probably not.
That'd be something we address in the next couple of days. I don't think for them winning the biggest regular season isn't a big deal. I don't know how they feel, but it's always been for you guys. It's a huge deal. Position with everything you've been through.
Yeah, it wasn't the goal in 85 and 86 and 87 or 88, but from 88, 89 to today, every year, the goal has been to win your conference championship. That's job number one, and I think that still holds true, and it always will. you know, it's a shame that whoever wins the regular season doesn't get the automatic bid. You know, you just spent 5 months proving you're the best team in the league. Now you got to go do it again for 5 days. Kind of seems silly. So I like when, you know, when we have a chance to win the conference championship, because that means that over 5 months we were the best team. That's always been important. Always will be.
You know, you mentioned this is the way you wanted your team to play since October, but then all the crap happened, injuries. What changes from your approach in terms of like, okay, this is what we can do now, this is who we do have, and this is how we do want to play, but we only have these last 2 regular season games and then maybe the biggest tournament to really establish that chemistry and establish what that looks like. How do you, with just not that much time left,
Right.
approach things in that regard?
You know, you're not going to become all of a sudden, you know, you're not going to do a complete 180. That's not going to be possible. But I think there's some things that we can do that are, you know, I don't want to say easily implemented, because that nothing's easily implemented with these guys anymore. But the things that we add along the way, they're kind of extras, because there's a base that we deal from. Like, let's say defensively, this is our base, this is our go-to, this is, you know, we need to stop, this is where we're going. But then when we add a bunch of stuff to it, we know we're never going to be as good at it as we are at that. We just don't want to be like really bad at it. But we just want to be able to throw a lot of different things out there. So we'll experiment with some things. Some things will be good in practice, some things will not be good. Some things will work in a game, some things won't. Some things will work against some teams, some things won't work against those teams. So, you know, and for most of this year, we only have one way to play. And we hope that it worked against every team. But you like to go in to say, hey, this team can't handle this, let's do that. This team can't handle that, let's do that. You know, you want to be able to do that, and up until now, we haven't had the ability to do that. But we won't be great at it. But we just need to be decent at it.